righteousness ministries. I remember when we used to be on Fun Industrial.
Yeah.
Man, the guy really seeks God after his own heart, really has a vision and purpose. Like, what churches you know doing the business ministry on a Thursday? You know what I mean? But we thank God for it. Just briefly, I just want to thank everybody for coming. This reminded me of in the Bible how the disciples were 12. It was a memorable, how God still used them. Right? We don't need a big crowd to get what God wants to get through. And it's even more and more intimate setting for it. I also want to thank my future soon-to-be wife and her mother for coming and supporting me in this. Before we get started, I'll just briefly tell you about myself. My name is Lacanne Herndon. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I came down here in Atlanta in 1996 to go to Morehouse College. I graduated from Morehouse College with an accounting degree. I was all ready for the white picket fence, the corporate job, but guess what? That doesn't happen, right? So I graduate Morehouse College. I have an accounting degree. I go into corporate America for a year. Wasn't my thing. I literally used to be on the phone in my cubicle, crying on the phone to my mom, like, this cannot be life. I cannot be doing this for another 20, 30 years, 20, 25, 30 years. Left corporate America, went back to the service industry, and that's where God ordained me to go into the commercial cleaning business. I started out with KB Home. At that time, 2005, 2006, if you guys remember, it was the big construction was going on, right? All the new construction of homes. So we got involved with just doing a model and home cleaning. How easy was that, right? Nobody goes in there. We was in there vacuuming. But even in that aspect, my first client wasn't paying for 4 to 5 months. So just before we get in deep, that was something that's how I got started. And then it just started to matriculate the different clients and different obstacles I had to go through. So I used to be a member at Word of Faith and Cathedral, and there at BBI, which is the Brown Business Institute, I would come and speak to every class. We went through a 13-week business planning course, and they gave me the nickname Bootstrap Entrepreneur. When I first started, I didn't have anything. My credit, that's one reason I got boots on the deck. My credit was crazy. You know what I mean? I could not get a $5,000 loan. So I really just started from the ground up. As the young folks say, from the mud, literally, you know what I mean? Not having any fancy loans, but really going out there and focusing what God had gave me in the vision. And I'll tell you a little bit more later. I won't get into myself. So I'm known as the Bootstrap Entrepreneur. And the principle I stand on was the foundation, expertise, and vision. Foundation, expertise, and vision. So how many people are new business owners or already business owners? How many new business owners we have? And current business owners? Good, okay. I always like to know who my audience is. So when we first get into business, just remember these when you was in elementary school, it was the why, the when, the hows, and that's how we get to it. So this is the foundation of a business. The whys, the how, the when. The first part I want to touch on right now is, let's look at the scripture real quick. This is my favorite scripture right here. This is God's way of a business plan, right? And it reads, then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain in tables, that he may, and who run with it, reads it, for the vision is yet for a appointed time. But at the end of it, it will speak and will not die. Though it tarries, wait for it, because I surely come, it will not tarry. So what God was telling us right here is, write the vision and make it plain. That's a business plan, right? So many businesses fail in the first 5 years, 80%, because they don't have the plan, right? They pray at night, they're in the prayer closet. You wake up tomorrow morning and say, God, give me a vision. I'm ready to start this business, but you didn't plan for it, okay? So you know how to do hair in the kitchen, but you didn't map out what to do as far as the rules and regulations, all that kind of stuff. So why are we getting a business? What makes you say, I want to get into business? Why do we want to get a business? We got to ask ourselves this, because once you get inside the business, you're going to have to ask yourself these questions, because you might want to go back to corporate America. You might say, this is not for me no more, right? What is your expertise or passion? We have to be careful not just to get in business because we found that it's an easy money maker, right? everything is not for everybody. You really have to have a passion and a love for what you do, because if not, it's not gonna last. How many people know people do every other year they need something different? Mm-hmm. Or you might get somebody a business card and they're like, yeah, I cut grass, I paint, I build houses. It goes back with what Pastor Curry was saying, Pastor Jay said, you know how to do all these things, but you're a master of it. You want somebody who has the expertise of what they do, right? If somebody's it's just like a doctor. If he's a cardiologist, you don't want him operating on anything else. His expertise is what? The heart, right? So same thing in business. People want your expertise. That's what they're paying for. Your customers are paying for the expertise, especially in the service industry aspect. Another point, when do I launch my business? What's a good time? See, in planning and prepping, you always have to know when is a good time. You have to know your industry. You got to understand when is my service is really going to be needed. What's going on in the future, like depending on whatever your industry is. Who will be your customer? You have different tiers of business, right? You have the primary, the secondary, and then you have the third tier, in which is, we're going to a little bit later, but the third tier usually is once people get adapted to your industry or your service, they're not really your customers, but they're just adapters, right? So when you have to know who to target, who you want to target, right? So when you talk about who's my customer in marketing, like my customer is not going to be in the yellow pages. Are people looking at the yellow pages anymore? Things change. You see what I'm saying? So who's my customer? Where's my customer going to find me at? Are they going to find me on what social media site? Are they going to find me on? What search engine they're going to find me on? And how will you grow your business? And that's primarily having to do with the funding, the marketing, and all different aspects of business. Like these are the 5 points of foundation when you're starting a business, or even when you're in the business. Because the Bible says what? We have to renew our mind daily. I have to ask myself this probably every other week. You can ask Aaron. I'd be like, all right, where's my resume at? You know what I mean? But then God would be like, you don't got no resume. You ain't working 12 years with nobody. I don't got no choice but to keep it Christian, right? Y'all see my shirt, right? Entrepreneur life, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling every day. So these are the 5 points when you get your plan together. You go through all these, and you ask yourself, and this actually keeps you even more sharper in what you want to do in your industry and for when other people will come. Next one, Kurt. Planting the seed. Plants is the seed. And Proverbs 2:1-5, I'm not going to read that for time's sake, but it basically talks about the planning. What's the financial aspect of my business? Some of the things that, like Pastor Jay was talking about earlier, with the taxes. I can admit, being early on, you just getting money, you getting checks. You like, oh, I'm getting to the money, ain't I? But then Uncle Sam be like, oh yeah, there's 10% for this. You know what I mean? 5% for this. You have to understand, and when you're planning and ordaining, getting your business in order and planning for it, you got to watch the profit margins, because a lot of times because you're getting a certain amount for a product, it's a lot of profit margin. It's a lot of backing that goes into that, right? Perfect example. And somebody makes a chair, and the chair is worth, and it takes $2 to make it, but then it takes shipping, it takes the marketing to get that chair into the client. You have to back all that up into the systems in order you see what is is this business really going to be profitable? Because sometimes we're in business and we're not really making any money. You see it all coming in, but then you don't even see it all going out, because sometimes we're not on top of the things we need to be as far as our financial aspects. Another part is that the marketing effort. How will people know what you do? You know how many cleaning companies is in Atlanta? What makes me different? What's my niche? Well, my niche is when I first started, I was cleaning everything. If it was dirty, I was cleaning, just because I was trying to get my name out there. I needed the clients. But as I went along, I said, you know what? No, we don't want to do residential. There's too much going on with that. We don't want to do construction. That takes all day. You know what I mean? So my niche is we just do commercial properties, which is the janitorials, and we also do events. Now, events, what I later learned was a lot of people weren't doing them. A lot of people weren't thinking about after the wedding or after the party, who wants to clean up 2 o'clock at night? right? And then that allowed me to research and find even more industries or find more it's event centers where they have a cleaning company and then they become a client, right? So I was blessed and able to have a lot of cleaning facilities or events, I should say, that a lot of people didn't know about and that were real profitable because I was able to research and start understanding. And just in your daily life, you'll find out what's your business. Like, even when I was going to weddings, my mind said, I'm always on cleaning, right? So I'm like, who clean? Everybody partying, I'm like, who cleaning up after this? You know what I mean? Where my cards at? And that's another aspect of it. Always being ready to tell people what you do. Who knows about the 30-second elevator pitch? Everybody know about that? So when somebody asks you what you do, you go automatically give it to them. You don't gotta draw out. People have short attention span. You'll lose them. I know people be telling me stuff. I'll be like, I'll be thinking about what I'm about to eat for lunch. You know what I mean? Get to the point. Basically, time is money in business. So another aspect is retaining clients. It's easy to get a client, but how hard is it to retain a client? You gotta make sure that product and that service is the same that it was when you obtained that client. So many times people get comfortable, right? Even whatever your favorite restaurant is, they get lackadaisical because they know they have a brand name now, right? So that's another aspect. And then the marketing effort is retaining the clients. I always tell people, if you're going on a road trip and you see a McDonald's and you see Mary's Burger joint, which one are you gonna go to? Why? Because it's the branding, right? You know what to expect. So that's the same aspect you want for people to see your business, when they see your brand on your logo, that during those times, oh, I know what XYZ company does. I know what to expect from that. And what I have learned, and I'm still learning now as I gain more employees, is no matter what, you want that same service and that same product delivered to that client no matter what. Because you know, at time, as you grow, and that's what we want to do is, right, grow the company, you want to no longer be the face. You know what I mean? Some people still think I'm in there cleaning, and I let them think I am, but they don't know that Susie, right, comes at any time now. You know what I mean? But that's part of retaining the clients. And then going above and beyond for the client. Not just taking the profit from them, but also just doing, like for us, if it's something that needs to be done, we don't always put a price tag on something. Everything's not worth the price tag. Like I said, it's the word of mouth. Now I can use that client for a referral for other clients as I gain more clients, right? So it's not all about the monetary funding, the monetary aspect right there. Then you got the business management. The hardest thing I have ever, Pastor Jay will tell you this. I say the next business I'm doing, I'm having no employees. You know what I mean? But without employees, business doesn't run. No matter what aspect you look at it, you're always going to have some sort of employees. But that's another aspect. That's when prayer comes into effect. Amen. Because you're dealing with so many different personalities. You know what I mean? Not just employees, but you're dealing with so many different clients. Everybody and the client is not always right. I know that for a fact. If anything, they work your nerves, but then you start thinking about your bills. You know what I mean? Because you be wanting to go off sometimes. Like, let me tell you something. I don't need this. Then you be like, I actually do need this. But basically just having that management and understanding that you are, even though they're your client, you're still your own business owner. You have your own principles, your own procedures, and you have to stick to that. You can never compromise who you are, what God has given you. I think another aspect of being a believer in business is that we have to operate different. We can't do what the regular people do in that industry. We cannot cheat our clients. We can't cheat our employees. We not saying, no, don't get me wrong, you ain't trying to be holding it down, but your attitude, your character, how you deliver stuff. Because one thing that you would hate to do is proclaim that you're such a believer in God and your business practices don't show it. Being a business owner is just being a disciple in the marketplace for God. So just imagine that your company's grossing millions and millions of dollars a year, right? God has blessed you with the funds to do it. He's only going to bless you if you're able to handle it. So when Pastor James says we about to do a mission trip, I'm talking about we doing it down in Atlanta, America. Marietta. We ain't going across. You know what I mean? But just imagine that you have the opportunity to bless that. You're sowing seed. That's why God has placed this business in you. It's not just for you. It's just not for your family, but it's for the marketplace. And what God is doing right now, and I truly believe this, is that God is placing believers and taking them quickly. Things that, what I'm sharing, what I've been through, you won't have to go through. Number one, because God has called you for a time such as this. Number two is that you are sitting here today. It's all about sacrifice. It's raining outside. You know what I mean? I was going to call Pastor, like, yo, you want to Skype this? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Did God tell you today? You know what I mean? My birthday was yesterday. I'm ready to chill. You know what I mean? But seriously though, but understanding all this aspect of the management, and then the work-life balance. We have to have that equal time. God said it's important. It's like this when you think about business. You don't want never the business to take away from your family. Right. It'll be 20, 30 years later. His people have been on their deathbed and said, no matter how successful they have been, they're on that deathbed and they ask, what could I have done better? And people will always tell you, spend more time with the people I love, the family. You can't take the money with you. You know what I mean? Apple's still going. Steve Jobs passed a couple years ago, and it's still going like nothing happened. You ask some of these people where he was, they don't know where he was. You know what I mean? So that life balance, and also understanding when you're building this thing for your children and even for non-children, for your family, you want to have them to have the opportunity to understand and not, people will not hate per se, but despise the business because they feel like it has taken away from their time with you, especially if you're married, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's another aspect of it, being married and being business. You become as one. It's no, this is my business, or this is her business. This is our business, right? As you come in one, because some things she'll be able to see that you won't be able to, because this is your business. I mean, when she tell me stuff, I'll be like, good Lord, yo, you haven't been here. You just, you know what I mean? You don't know what I've been through. And God be like, all right then, you know what I mean? But you got to take everything in and understand we're as one. We have to grow. We have to be careful because that's how the enemy likes to come in. He likes to sneak in there real subtle. You know what I mean? You swear your wife or your husband hating on you, like, nah, they're just trying to help you. You know what I mean? Your friends trying to, well, you got to watch some of them because some people see you grow, huh? We'll get into that though. But so plan to succeed. It's all about planning and understanding what I'm doing. Write the vision, make it plain. Just don't go out here and just have God gave you a dream and God said I'm going to be the next millionaire in this hair product. He didn't show you the process. He didn't show you the process. Next slide for me, Kirby. Cash is king. We talked about earlier how my credit report was so bad I couldn't get a $5,000 loan. We had a program at the church, and the head deacon that was over at BBI, we was in Starbucks, and I filled out the paperwork, and I just knew I was going to get it. I had been in a business plan competition that we had at the church for $25,000. It was real big. I ended up placing second out of hundreds of people in Atlanta, and I just knew I was going to get this $5,000 loan. I mean, we was at Starbucks on Cascade in the corner just praying. I mean, the Pentecost was falling. You know what I mean? I said, oh, I'm about to get more than 5,000. And God said, this is not the way I'm going to do it. It was too easy. I'm the bootstrap entrepreneur. It doesn't come to me easy. To this day, it doesn't come to me easy, right? So even going in that cash was king, but I also know there's another king. So we might go through these worldly things as far as the credit cards, you know what I mean? People always ask me, how do you feel about doing business or getting my business started on credit cards? It's not a problem with it. The thing is that you have the financial maturity to understand what you're doing, right, and be able to pay it back. You know what I mean? Have a plan. It goes back to the other slide we were talking about. Everything has to have a plan when you're growing your business, right? So if you got a card, and listen, if you had got a card, and you know you about bad with financial decisions, you might want to put a limit on it. That's just responsible. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's just responsible. So there's nothing wrong with using a credit card, but have a plan for it. And then just don't live off of it saying, well, God won't work it out. No, it's God's will and our will. God's way and our way. You know what I mean? You really have to, and not to get off the topic, but, well, it's not off the way. You really doing this business journey, you really have to have a relationship with God.
Yes.
So you don't do it wrong. Now you're going to make some mistakes, but his guidance through all that will proceed all that. Like, even if you do fall, he'll still have you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Grace, exactly. Grace and mercy. You can also ask family and friends. How many people really going to believe in your vision? When I first started, going to Morehouse, having an accounting degree, and tell my parents and my family, I want to start a cleaning company. I want to clean toilets, even though y'all spend $100,000 at Morehouse. You know what I mean? My mom was like, "That's all good and dandy, but in the meantime, you need to go and get the resume back out there." Long story short, she now runs the Philadelphia part of Will Do It Cleaning. Your vision has to be your vision. Your purpose has to be your purpose. If I ask to hold somebody else's glasses, I won't be able to see for them because why? It's not my vision. So when people discourage you along your way and your vision, you really have to continue to do what you know God had called you to do. It might not happen in the timely manner that you want it to happen, but it will happen. So also when it comes to finance, you can't be discouraged. There's so many different ways to get funded nowadays. You have the angel investors, okay? You have different people that will sow into you in order for you to even grow even more. Sometimes, I think Kirby was talking about it earlier, depending on what you do it for free. When I first started, I didn't know nothing about the cleaning industry. So I ended up, I was putting flyers up and posters up everywhere, and this older lady, Ms. Mary Bland, called me. I was excited. I thought she was a new customer. She wanted a worker. You know what I mean? And I was struggling at the time too. I was like, I'll do it. She's like, how much you want an hour? I took it $20 an hour. She was like, well, how about nah? I was like, good, but I was doing construction clean with her, and I was also doing apartment clean outs for low income apartments. So that was a great experience, and that's how I knew I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? So I say all that. Sometimes you got to go through some stuff to learn things, to understand what you want to do. That was a process for me. You know what I mean? Even to this day, I still talk to Ms. Mary. She says I'm her mentor now. You know what I mean? And that just shows that sometimes you'll surpass those that you come across in the industry, where they will start leaning on you and asking you things because God has called you to go to a whole different higher level. Then another thing is with the cash is, as it comes in, being able to know how to deal with the money. I think one of the hardest things that entrepreneurs deal with is when the money starts to come, it's like, oh, here it comes. But then here come the bills also. As you continue to grow, me and Pastor James was talking about this earlier. As I grew, the workers' comp grew, the payroll tax tripled, supplies, you know what I mean? The marketing, because now as you grow, your marketing is starting to expand. You're not marketing to the same customer no more. It's not just the primary target. Now it's the secondary. Now you're starting to catch a little bit of every aspect of your industry that you can as you continue to grow with it. So being mindful of the cash and always have money left over. It's always up and downs. You never know when the client is going to go. I could get God forbid, I could call tomorrow and say, and it has happened, they're downsized. Now they might not get rid of a cleaning company because you can't hire an accountant and tell them to do the trash, right? So we always gonna be there, but they might say, instead of 5 days, we just need you 2. So you gotta be understanding. That's why it's ABM. Always be marketed. Because you never know what's gonna happen. You never wanna get so complacent in what you're doing that you forgot how you got there. You gotta keep that fire going. Next one, Kirby. journey, mountains and valleys. Now, you see in 2008, that was the logo in 2008, and before that, it was just a generic man mopping on a business card that had everything on there. I told you I did everything. Post-construction, residential construction. If your kitchen needed cleaning, I might come and do that. So, but, all right, so we see the journey. We see how the up and downs. 2018 through 2019, we see the logo. But what we don't see is during that time is we don't see the repossession of two vehicles. Okay, we don't see the lights being out and candles being everywhere. You know what I mean? People are like, what's going on here? I'm just keeping it sexy. You know what I mean? I'm just in here chilling. You know what I mean? My boy's like, all right, man, put these candles out. You know what I mean? But you don't see all that. A lot of people, they see the glory, but they don't see the story. They don't see like me calling my mom like, Mom, I get $20. You know, I want to make this thing last. And I was out of college. You know, we ain't talking about college, we talking about grown men. So even in that, and understand, in business it's a marathon, it's not a race. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the bumps in the road. Then when you get there, you start proceeding, you understand what it is. And sometimes God can't get the glory if everything is smooth. How do you understand God as a provider if he never really had to provide for you? How do you know him as a healer if you never had him to heal you? So it's not a marathon. I mean, it's not a race. It's a marathon. It takes time to get there. Know your purpose. Understand, once again, what you get into it for. Just don't be doing something to do something. Because it's not going to last. You can get tired. You'll be like, why am I even doing this? And then you really going to find your passion. And you're going to say, I wasted 5 years of doing X, Y, Z. And I was supposed to be doing A, B, C.
Right.
L stand for lessons. Even when you go through, you know how people say, I took an L on this. That was just a lesson to help you build up into what you really need to do. To even make you even stronger in business. You know what I mean? Like, as far as making bad marketing decisions, getting excited. You know, when that money start coming in, people start calling you telemarketers and asking you to do, we can do this telemarketing for you, got the money. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm signed up for everything. And that marketing didn't turn to no dollars for me. I'm spending way more marketing than I'm bringing in through that marketing firm. And staying focused, it's so easy to get unfocused, especially if the business is not going along how you thought it was going to go along. Or like I said, you had them different peak times in the industry, in the economy, where it's not working out. But those who stand on and that who last longer in the industry are really the pioneers, or the one who triumph and become the expert in that. People are always surprised, I guess, especially in cleaning, when I say I'm in business for 12 years. Because this is one of those industry people really get in and get out of. You know what I mean? Like, they be like, oh, it's easy again. They go sit down. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I remember being at the dollar store. Somebody could wake up tomorrow and say, going to start a cleaning company, be at the dollar store tomorrow, get all the products, and now they got a company, right? But they don't have the same thing, all the financial aspects I have to go through as far as the back, so they could charge anything and not really know. Once again, jumping in and not planning. And then you have to be able to celebrate everything. You got to celebrate the small victories. I had a mentee the other day. She was excited that she got a business card with a logo on there. You know what I mean? Regular people, I was like, to me, I was like, okay, but for her, I had to go back. I got to go back to that time. She's excited. She's celebrating all the small victories as you go along. Don't go after well, I want to make $10,000 a month in this business. Be happy with the first $100.
Right.
Understand that this is a stepping stone. This is more than I was making not doing anything. Right?
That's right.
So then we also have come back strong from those L's that you take. The mistakes that you make just help you build your armor as you continue to go on throughout this business. Even though when we're weak, God says we're strong, right? Through him. So same thing. Just because an L or a lesson was learned, you will always come back even stronger. Next one, Kurt. And finally, is one of my favorite verses, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. How powerful is that right there? That's when we gotta live your purpose and your vision. So it's the same thing. Like if God's calling you to business, to do with your business, He's calling you to a higher, different level. He already knows what He has ordained for you in your life. All you really have to do is walk in it. To walk in the purpose. If He already has lined everything up for your life, all you have to do is prepare and understand that He has ordained for you what you want to do for that. So that was just a brief. Any questions about the business aspect? So I think another thing that we have to understand is that when we come to business, not only about the planning, but also knowing that that's the mindset that it shouldn't be like a Snapchat per se. You gotta think about the longevity of it. It's for your children's children, right? You wanna leave a legacy. I'm already knowing I might not see the full capacity of what we'll do at Clinic could be. When God bless me with children, they'll take a whole different aspect of it. I know they'll probably have this thing on all kind of social medias. I think I'm struggling. I think I'm just on Facebook. You know what I mean? But once again, what happens when times change, right? How do you implement your company into the different things that's going on in the world? These are the things you have to think about in planning your business and maintaining your business and keeping your business. A lot of people are failing in business because they get so content and don't really understand how the business works, right? So when you do this and you understand these principles and you have your finances in order, you have your management in order, you understand that this time around, for those who are trying again, because sometimes the first business might not be the first business or the right business, but it's a learning process. You can't beat yourself up for what you've done in the past or what you're going to do in the future. But you got to stay mindful and you got to stay focused on what the purpose is. And then understanding this, that even though I might get worried or tired, it's a bigger purpose in it for me.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bigger purpose in it for me. And like once again I said, being a believer is going to be even harder. Just because. And you cannot look at somebody else in your industry or somebody else who's in business and say, I can do this. Because you don't know what God has ordained for them to do. So many times, I know, especially with me, a lot of people be like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do a cleaning business too and get me a truck. Nah, once again, you don't know what I've been through in between, or still what I go through, or what it really takes to deal with that.
Right.
So that was it. If you got any questions, I'm open for it.
Can you speak on being profitable in your service product? For instance, I knew a young lady who had a product, and it was very nice. It was handmade. She started $20 for it. And I asked her, how long does it take you to make it? I mean, you sell it for $20. It seemed like a pretty good deal, right? But I found out it took her 3 hours to make it. So ultimately, she really wasn't making a lot of money because of the time. Can you talk about being profitable in your product or service?
That's a very good point, Jay. We was talking about earlier, or just like Pastor Jay was saying, having that time. Let's take for granted. Anybody do hair here? Do hair? So just imagine, okay, if you're a hairdresser, and then you're charging $100 or whatever, right? If that's $100 taking up most of your Saturday, you're really not going to make any money. Really, and we're just talking about if you're just doing like one or two, right? And because once again, let's look at this. It goes back to life-work balance, right? Something, and Pastor Jay, that he actually had to tell me this a couple of years ago. He said, Kane, if you're going to be working, you need to be working for X amount of dollars an hour. I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, you're the CEO. So your money, your time, and your time and your money is not the same as if you were an employee. I said, right. So it's the same thing. When it comes to the profit and the margin and having all the money add up together, you really have to see what's the final bottom line. As we was talking about the chair earlier, Well, that's what a lot of retail companies do, right? They do a high markup. So as for me, if I came and did a cleaning, we're cleaning a building, we have to understand that, yeah, we could charge a certain amount. Like for me, I'm a bigger company, so if somebody is a one or two, a mom and pop, just somebody who's cleaning by themselves, they definitely could have a lower quote than I do, because they don't have the payroll tax I have, they don't have the workman's comp I have, they don't have the payroll tax. So when people be like, yo, hook me up, I get a discount, I can't give it, I really can't, because this is what it takes for me to run this business. And that's another thing we have to be mindful of, like your price is your price. If your price don't remain your price, you will not remain in business. Because some bills do not stop coming. They actually come faster, and they come larger. You know what I mean? I got payroll on the 1st and the 15th. They come quick. And I cannot tell these people, give me about 2 or 3 days, I ain't get on the check yet. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, well, take your mop and your vacuum. You know what I mean? So that's an important aspect, what Pastor James was saying, like, knowing, like, what's my real profit margin? Time I do all the liabilities, time I do all the payouts, what the price markup, what is it in for me? And that's another goal set. How many clients do I need in order to reach this amount of goal per quarter, per month? And I think it's important to really set those goals and reach those goals. Then you can really see how profitable or non-profitable you're being. If you just get checks in the mail and you just paying bills, you'll never really be able to see it. Sometimes you got to sit back and look back, and a lot of people are scared of numbers because they tell the truth. You know what I mean? The people who do them don't always do, but the numbers don't. You know what I mean? They tell the truth of really what's going on in your business. I think the perfect thing too right now, even with social media, depending on what you do, is the free advertisement allows you to do, right? Also, in addition to that, sometimes, give me like an example. I could really go off an example of an industry. Like, say if it's like, sometimes like trade shows or shows that cost, sometimes this is another thing, you gotta invest in yourself. Nobody's gonna invest in you and show you or be able to pour into you unless they see you doing it for yourself. And sometimes it doesn't take a lot of money to get to where you have to go. Sometimes, depending on what you do, you might want to go to set up a booth somewhere where it costs $25, $50 to do. Sometimes it's just all about branding and getting your name out there, and people start seeing you, and then they start understanding what you really do, and be like, oh, that's a real company. You know what I'm saying? And putting yourself in that visual of people. People do business with people they're comfortable with, and people they have a relationship with, and people they understand and they have a like-mindedness with.
Right.
So, like I said, especially right now today with social media, it's so easy to get right. Well, I don't like GoFundMe, baby, but you know, you got that too. But just because so many people have done fraud on it, but just having your name out there and able to get people to recognize your company and what it does, and then also asking the clients that you have for recommendations, referrals. You know what I mean? Just even if it's on, if you have a website, put it on there. If you have whatever kind of networking people that you have to tell your friends, like I said, with social media, is so much easier to reach so many more people in your target market and what you want to do. But it really just takes time and understanding what you do. And then when you have that passion and vision, it really sells itself because people see it in you, right? Like your music, right?
Basically starting where they are. Yeah.
Exactly.
Starting
Yep.
where they are.
Yep.
A lot of people, they're waiting for that big loan that money to get money to, do it big.
Right.
But I just started before they all done.
The another part is, it's our part and God's part. So if you're doing what you're supposed to, He gonna show up. I keep for like I've had so many stories of God showing up that I don't forget him, but he reminds me in times that people need to hear it. When God will show up when you don't have nothing that you're going to be able to do or handle. You know what I mean? Like another thing is another aspect of it that I think about is when you're running a business, understanding, going back to hear from God and being in the right place in the right time and knowing that everything that you think is good is not from God. You know what I mean? Like a real quick example is when Martha Stewart were building her subdivision, remember I told you, KB Homes, we were doing the model homes, right? So we were scheduled to do the model homes for like a week. Oprah was coming. This was in Southwest Atlanta where they was doing Martha Stewart, Oprah, and a couple baseball players had a whole subdivision, and we were supposed to do the model home cleaning throughout the week and just everybody just look pretty, right? So we get there, and they were still building these 9 homes out. And the construction cleaning company was slow, so my staff stepped in, and they started doing a great job. The vice president tells the super or whatever, like, get rid of the other cleaning company, use them for the construction cleanup. But, being in my own mindset, I said, oh, this $25,000 1 week. I was hyped up. I had friends, you know what I mean? People, we was going to Walmart buying supplies. I was looking at people like, yo, you want a job? You know what I mean? I needed people or whatever. So long story short, mind you, did not ask God nothing. Just automatically was thinking, this from God. God was like, nah, that ain't from me, man. You know what I mean? So what ended up happening is, long story short, we weren't a construction cleaning company. We were the model home cleaning people. So in that meantime, I didn't know that they were still going to be building the home while we're cleaning. They was going to check it out and then tell the construction workers, nah, that's not right. The house was already clean. So they coming back making more of a mess. So fast forward the next day or two, all the houses don't get done. We look like we weren't doing the job. But because I didn't know, once again, in my industry, I didn't know construction clean is 3 different phases. So even though I was cleaning and it was done, they still had 2 more phases to go. So there's no possible way. That's why the other cleaning company wasn't getting it done. So I wasn't taking off my model homes, but I was taking off that project. And I really, really had, this one I was like, this ain't God. Like, I ain't supposed to be cleaning nothing, you know what I mean? But like I said, the L's are for lessons. And I learned this: never take on more than you can handle, and never take on something that's not for you. Right? You just can't want to be in business for money. It's way more than that. It's way more than that. Because there's been times, even now, where checks be late, but you still got to get things done. Like I said, it's God's part and our part. So sometimes God does miracles. Somebody might bless you with a $1,000 check just because they see what you're doing, or because God has ordained them for to do. As He was doing miracles in the Bible, He's still doing it now. Right?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, you said that your background is in accounting, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Morehouse. So when you started your business, did you sit underneath an entrepreneur, someone that already was established to know how to go about? And then did you come up with your business model beforehand, like sit down, 'cause you said write the vision. So did you write out everything that you wanted to do, come up with all the, it's gonna cost this, or did you sit underneath somebody and learn a lot about what you wanted to do? Because God already gave you a vision that cleaning is what you were gonna do, right? And how did you go about knowing, okay, I'm gonna go from A, B, C to Z, cause saying to me, I'm like, should I be sitting underneath someone to get to where I wanna go, or writing out what I wanna do, researching how to get there, exactly how did you go from A to Z to where you are now?
That's a great question. Now, I think everybody has their own footprints of what they're going to do in steps, right? But I recommend for you, for right now, I would research and write out what you want to do. And then you got to add somebody to your vision, right? Because saying nothing, well, go back to your question. The reason I pour into so many entrepreneurs is because I didn't have anybody. Like, this is really from what I've learned. Like, what I'm speaking is just knowledge. I didn't have anybody to lean on except God. Not be extra spiritual, but seriously, like, I didn't have I went to Morehouse. We didn't learn entrepreneurship. I learned numbers. I didn't learn business. I didn't learn customer service. I learned that from serving. You know what I mean? I didn't learn management. I learned that because how I deal with people, how I cater to people. Like a lot of things that I went through. Yeah, I did a business plan at the Bronner Business Institute, but I was in my business when everybody else was trying to get into their business. I was ready in my business. So all the hiccups I made was because of what I learned. So it's good to sit underneath somebody, but even when you sit underneath somebody, you got to make sure their vision and their business is doing what it's supposed to do, right? Because that's going to pour into you, and you're going to see their mistakes and how they practice business and how you're going to do, right? So I think it's a great idea, but another thing is this, and as you grow in your business and just as your life, pour it back into other people. A lot of people like to be so tight-lipped of what it takes to be in business, especially in the same industry. I have several mentees. We're all in the same industry. There's so many buildings. I don't want to clean all these buildings. I can't clean all these buildings. You know what I mean? Like, I want to help people as they grow, and that's what God has called us to do, to help people as they grow. Because we're all going to have hiccups. Whatever I don't know, you might know. X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? And it counteracts to everybody that in business. That's how you grow. You grow in numbers. Not saying somebody has to be part of your business, but you grow in sharing and understanding. Hey, I had these hiccups too. A lot of entrepreneurs deal with a lot of mental depression because nobody really understands what they go through. It takes like-minded people to really understand what an entrepreneur goes through. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, you got to think. As an entrepreneur, you out here by yourself. You know what I mean? I sprained my wrist last week. I was like this. You know what I mean? I still had to go to work. I couldn't call in and be like, I ain't coming in. You know what I mean? When that flu hit, I be Sudafed up, Theraflu up, you know what I mean? But it's so much that goes. You really out here by yourself, per se. Especially if you don't have people around you that support you, that love on you, and they really understand what you understand what you go through. So in saying that, yeah, it's good to have somebody in there, but they had to have the same vision. But in the meantime, do your part. Go now. You know what I mean? That's another thing. That's what I want to say now. Go now. Don't. I think a lot of people have been holding back all these years. Like 2019 is gonna be my year. No, go now.
Right.
Get ahead. What you waiting for? You know what I mean? You got to pull the trigger now. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for 2019. Get it. Work fourth quarter 2018. That when 2019 come, you're already flowing. You're already in it. You're already writing the vision and making it plain. That way, when it starts showing up, you're like, okay, I was supposed to be here. Yup, that's what he said. First quarter, 2019. Second quarter, oh, okay. This the client that was coming. That's what I was preparing for. That's why I couldn't go on that girl's trip. I had to save this money. You know what I mean? Look at y'all out there like, So it's all about understanding, like in business, that it's just more. It's more. I think once you get into it, those who are in it know what I'm talking about. It's just so more. Like you're so hungry for more. You're never satisfied. Like people want to be like, "Can you got X amount of clients? You got?" I'm not. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? It's nothing. I need more. I want to employ more people. I want to help more people understand, grow their business. That way they can do kingdom things. I'm in business so I get back to God. How can God give you $1 million? If God asks you to get $2 million, you gotta have some money in the bank, right? Exactly. You don't think He's gonna be like, you keep some of this too? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Chris? So that's another answer. I'll keep on going. Any other questions?
What's your take on network marketing? Is that considered a business, MLM?
Yeah. Some people, I believe it depends on what kind of network marketing. This is what it is right here. It depends on the foundation and what's the end result. Just like any other business, what's the end result of the business I'm getting into? How's it benefiting others? How's it growing others? How's it helping society? You know what I mean? Now, some network marketing, it might be get in, get out. But at the end of the day, it's the basis of what is a kingdom. For us, it's a kingdom. How does it line up with the word? And you know that. You know what I mean? You know that. So I really don't have a take on it, but I just believe that any business, it's the end result, it's a kingdom, and how does it assist in the growth of others throughout the world?
You spoke earlier about serving. I know a lot of times when we start businesses or want to start business, we see things, but we don't understand, like I said, the journey in order to get to that glorious part of it. What is more so your take on serving? I know I work at a job where I work in a dealership, and I love what I do. And of course, I'm serving customers on a daily basis. But you got some people, or even employees, may have some of your employees, I don't know. He may not have that same
Yeah.
fire, that same passion in order to make sure things are done correctly. So what was your take when you first started, as far as being able to serve those clients, even though it wasn't, or you had employees that wasn't with you, that wasn't in
The same mindset, right? Yeah, like, tell you the truth, it's funny that you said that because I really, even though with the Morehouse and top class and accounting and all that, I really got my experience from serving tables, serving people, right? So when you serve tables, you have sections. That section was my business. You know what I mean? And I learned how to serve people. I think another thing when it comes to you talking about serving, I think I was so good at customer service because I look at it had many clients, so I didn't want to lose them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what you want? I got it. You know what I mean? I was jumping on it. But going back to what you said, when I was talking about earlier, as far as the employees having the same mindset, I think it's how you hire and then how people see your company. And it was real hard being a small company when you hire people because they think, especially in an industry like I am, you just got a cleaning company. You know what I mean? Other than the stuff that they would do working for Walmart or Target, they wouldn't do it because what? It's a company. You know what I mean? But I think if you instill people and really share people the vision of the company and let them know now, don't get me wrong, I got about 14 employees. About 3 of them, they on there rocking shoes right now. But so to say that it's just business. It's just like if you go to a regular store, they're not gonna have the higher ups in corporate America saying you should do X, Y, Z. Yeah, they ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? They going past the principles and everything. So I think it's just a bit as a business, something you have to grow with and have people see the vision.
I have 2 questions. So how did you, as your business started to continue to grow, how did you shift the mindset of literally doing everything to really delegating? And then with that, the next one is about personal development. So say for instance, you're growing your business and you're doing your research and development and you're trying to see like what's going on. You're paying attention to the trends. How do you kind of balance all of the things that you need to learn so that you can take your business to the next level? And also how do you really go about implementing those?
Well, the first one, you talking about delegating, I mean, I still struggle with that, to be honest. 12 years later, it's like, this is my baby. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is all I know. Literally, we'll do it cleaning, like, you'll see me in my work truck. People don't know I have a car. You know what I mean? I'm in my work truck more than I am in my car. Like, so it's my baby. So, but like you said, to grow, you gotta let go. You know what I mean? I was going to write that down. To grow, you gotta let go. So no, but for real though, to grow, you have to let go. and it comes back into what we were talking about with the cost. Okay, so now you don't do people. You have an accountant that does your monthly taxes, your quarterly taxes. You know what I mean? You gotta let that go. You can't do marketing, even though it's 24 hours in a day. Once again, you still gotta have life balance. You still gotta live life. If you're doing something that's social media driven, you can't be on social media 10 hours a day. Then, oh, I got this to do for the business. You gotta let that go. And you start letting stuff go gradually and when you're able to. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you still, even as an owner 20, 30 years, your hands still gotta get dirty. You can never get comfortable and you just leave stuff in somebody else's hands. You know what I mean? What was the second question? I'm sorry.
The second question was mainly about personal development. How do you start to implement those things when you're seeing that there's so many areas that you want to take to the next level?
Oh, I think just getting around those people who are expertise in that. That once again has to do with your circle, right? Understanding like whatever, or just modern day research, modern day reading. A lot of times we start reading, we know it all, right? There's so many things, other new aspects that come up every quarter, every year in the industry, or just in society as a whole. We get comfortable, like, even for a couple of years, I remember I was like, well, this is how I got my clients. I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing, this new marketing strategy. But this is what's happening now. So just being aware of what's going on and being mindful and being in the know. You know what I mean? Because sometimes so many other businesses go under. How many times have you seen it? They've been in business 20, 30 years, but Grandpa's still doing it like he was back in the day. You know what I mean? He's still advertising in yellow pages. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't on that internet, but that's the way to go. So I think just continued growth and understanding what your industry is doing, and then in self-development, reading, podcasts, right? Business podcasts, learning, talking to other people in the industry. You got boards. You know what I mean? I'm literally like a cleaning nerd, right? So I'm like part of this organization online where we talk about different cleaning stuff and quoting and employees and everything like that, and just getting along with other people in your trade and find out what's going on. No, you're not you're not the only one having troubles in whatever area you're having troubles in, and growing from there, understanding that there's other people going through the same thing you are too. And then going back to what she was saying, I need for somebody gaining information, that way you don't have to go through it. You know what I mean? Like when I was coming up in business, I didn't have no business seminar. My business seminar was out there doing it, bumping my head. Literally, like, oh, I was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't know that I was supposed to be asking for my money even though it's 30 days later. You know what I mean? Just all different kind of aspects of business as you learn as you go and matriculate through the aspect of business. Anybody else?
What's your best advice on, like, if you were sitting down with someone and they were thinking about a business and and like kind of say in 30 seconds, like if they were thinking about a business and they had an idea and they just weren't sure, what would you say to them? Like, because what I realized is that you do just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you motivate somebody? Like, what is it that you would say to somebody, given your, from your own experience?
Literally, like, where you at now? Like, what you envision and what you see yourself doing, does it make you better and your family better in the future? If it's yes, go. If it's no, stay. Are you motivated to do it? Is it something you can really get up for? Is it something you can lose sleep over? Can you get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to work on it? Can you sacrifice how you live right now for the better purpose? You know what I mean? Can you lack in things that you have a lot in right now? You know what I mean? Do I have a passion for it? What is it? And then also this, I always tell people, no industry per se is going to have something new. You just got to jump on and find your niche. You know what I mean? Cleaning nothing new. I ain't come up with this. People been cleaning buildings. But what makes me different? It's my customer service. It's my branding. and it's also the way how I treat the business, the passion, my clients. And no, we just don't clean. I email them, I check on them, you know what I mean, make sure everything up to par. And just do little things that add up, you know what I mean? So I think that's the aspect of it. What's my vision? Is it make it better, where I'm at now, how long we're, I think it goes back to that first slide, the how, when, why, what. Once you answer them questions, then you start getting a more clear picture. If the picture's not clear, the vision is blurred.
I had about 3 questions. I'm gonna do one at a time though. The first one was, how long should you use the hustle scheme before you set your mind on like your main prices or et cetera? Like how long should you say, okay, I'll do yours for $100, or I'm gonna do, just to kind of get going before you say, okay, this is my prices. I'm no longer doing this hustle man thing. This is like what I am. I'm official now.
I think it goes back to the planning aspect of like, all right, for like a month, I'll do this special. You know what I mean? Then after that, I gotta move on, because by that time, you don't want to be known as that. You know what I mean? Or call Curb, he got you. You know what I mean? Like somebody we was looking for a lawn care service for the house, and somebody was like, yeah, he real cheap too. No, that doesn't sell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's real cheap, so I just called because he's in the neighborhood, but I could tell he's real cheap because, wow, he didn't call me. You know what I mean? You see that mindset? You said everything starts to parallel. So, yeah, I would say do that special for a certain amount of time, then after that, I'm off of that. You know what I mean? Because then people won't respect your business like you respect it.
Right.
So if you treat it like a hustle, that's how they're going to treat you, like a hustle. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't going to be the first priority. You're going to be the last minute.
Yeah.
What's your second one?
Are you learning new tools to, I guess, make your business like more efficient? I guess like the better your tools, sometimes the less time you have to spend doing certain things. Or are you constantly implementing like maybe new vacuums or new, that cuts down on time, or you kind of just say,
Yeah, I
this
think
is
that's
what I
very
got?
important. That's vital in business. Because we know that literally, like, time is money, money is time. You know what I mean? I think it goes back to what she was saying too. Also, implementing people that take care of that kind of stuff. Like, you're talking about equipment, right? But we also have to talk about the human aspect of it, right? Just going back to what you were saying, like, finding, like, I'm not savvy. I'm not that IT savvy guy on social media. Like, I'd be like, hold up, what that say? You know what I mean? Like, how you screenshot this? You know what I'm saying? So you really have to implement, even finding people that will even do it. Because a lot of times you can find people who that's gonna be their business. So y'all can come together, and you can use me as one of your clients or whatever, as we both grow together. I would also recommend that. Also, find people who are doing what you need, but not to the full capacity. That way they can still use you and you can use them, and y'all can grow together. But the cost effectiveness makes sense for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I found it hard sometimes to find people to work with in that manner, simply because some people don't necessarily see it the way that you see it, and some people may say, well, maybe I need to get to 70, you get to 30. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I found it hard in that area to kind of incorporate other people to work with.
I think, yeah, and on the aspect, you gotta meet people where they at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you a project that you can't handle. I can give you a piece of it, but I can't give you all of it. Or sometimes, reason, season, lifetime. You know what I mean? They was there for a reason, or they stay around for a season, or that's gonna be a business partner for the remainder of your business time. You know what I mean? So the same thing, meeting people where they at. A lot of people be talking about business, they don't be really about it. You know what I mean? Like, I know everybody got dreams and aspirations, but sometimes people just be talking to talk. That's a waste of your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we going now, or we just going, you talking about what I want to do for the next 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I said, don't be on your 2019 is mine. You know what I mean? Go now. we have service agreements. We so confident in, and actually that's like one of our selling points. Like a lot of people be getting locked in with contracts and they don't be happy with the service providers or whatever. And I have people call, like, we do the meeting, they ready to sign, they be like, we locked in for 2 years, or we like to pay X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? But, right, so a good marketing tool for service providers is like, we have a service agreement, but we have a 30-day out notice, either way. Because I'm gonna be locked in with a client, they're not gonna pay me. You get what I'm saying? So if you locked in, but every 3 months you behind, that's like no longer worthy to me. Like I think I put it on social media the other day, like that's not your client. You know what I mean? You never really see that money. So it's good that they like just have a service agreement, then a clause like 30 days, but never really locking nobody in.
I think you answered this question before, but this is the last question I had. Like, how do you deal with people who don't value your worth? Like, you know your worth, but how do you deal with people who don't value your worth? Like, have you told somebody no, or has it been people who like that you've done something before, you kind of knew you did a good job, but they kind of complain just so they can get something done again for free, or try to take advantage of it?
Like I think it was it this year, babe? Yeah, I had one client. I mean, good rapport. It was a startup IT company. Good rapport with the company. Had them for like 2 years. I think they brought a new office manager in. Long story short, the cleaning company came in advertising. They were way below what they were paying. What they said they was gonna do it for a month. I was paying my employee per month to do it, right? 3 weeks later, I mean, they was like, can we match it? I was like, no, I'm not matching that. Like, y'all can have that, you know what I'm saying? So 3 weeks later, they called, was like, y'all come back. I said, nah, because it's all about loyalty. Like, who to say the next person not gonna come and be like, I could beat this price too, but then y'all go with them again. And then also, I'm loyal to my employees. Like, she felt bad. She didn't do nothing wrong. She was great. They said she was great. They just going after the price. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't put a price on anything. Yeah. So I value my employee. Now I asked her, I said, would you want to go back? And she's like, nah, I can't. She's like, I'm hurt by that. I understood that. So I'm not all about the money. Like, God gonna bring it back. Like, God put it right back for us. You know what I mean? Like, she ain't miss a beat. The company didn't miss a beat. So in the same sense, like, you gotta know your value. Like, everybody's not your client.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody might want your service or your product, but some people, they're not your client. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I said about that. I think that goes back to what we talked about earlier, like just making sure as the money comes in, you have to set it aside. You know what I mean? Of course, pay your bills, but never get to the point where as you increase in business, your lifestyle increases in business. I mean, your lifestyle increases. You still have to maintain affordability. That way, when the money comes in, you can start seeing it. That's how your business grows, right? You have money in the bank, and then you're able to go ahead and purchase more product or get more equipment that helps you, and even more marketing. So if you have money coming in, but you don't really understand, and like I said, a lot of people don't sit back and look at their numbers and say what the business is doing. You know what I mean? In order for you to understand, is my business really growing, or is it not growing? You know what I mean? Like I could get a new client and be like $500 a month, but the time I pay everybody and all that, I might, if I don't do my numbers right, I could be making $25 a month. You know what I mean? I could have 50 clients and everybody, I'm only getting $25, but you're looking like you're getting all this money, but in the end of the day, you're really not. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, going back and looking at the cash flows, having the cash flows, then you got to be mindful. It goes back to planning. What happens when the client isn't paying on time? You know what I mean? If you are looking for a guaranteed monthly occurrence, I mean, it's not happening. It's gonna mess your business up. Then once again, you're going back and it messes up. You gotta juggle your money. You gotta pay this bill. I ain't gonna pay this. And when it comes to business, you have to pay those insurance bills on time. If God forbid something happens, that's your company.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do you handle, say you have an unsatisfied customer and, you do part of the project for them and you give them enough to look at, to kind of browse through. They want the complete project and, you say, well, you know, there was no down payment on the project. And then they didn't pay you the rest of it either. Like there was no, there might have been like a small marginal payment, but there was no down payment. There was no complete payment. They're upset because they couldn't get their project. And then they slander you and you lose customers. How do you combat that?
I think one of the first things is, just going back, I think this why it's important for planning, that way you have those kind of legal issues already set. Like now, all right, so say if this was you, so that was an L, right? Well, it was a lesson. So moving forward, I need a down payment, right? And then as we go along, we're going to do this partial aspect. Now, how do you combat that? Say they put the negative enforcement on Yelp or whatever, you make a response, right? You answer that response. You see the thing and you give a whole explanation of what happened. Because a lot of people, they won't look at that negative comment so much if the owner has came back, and because people know how people are, you know what I mean? So if you don't say anything, they be like, that's true. That happened. But if you come back and be like, yo, this is what happened. You ain't give me all my money. Nah, but you know I'm doing business like God is good. But yo, do it business like, right? And just come back and explain everything that happened, and then reach out to those clients. Like, yo, if they know the whole story, or give you an account, and then going back this when you be like, well, and I do recommend doing this on a situation like that. Tell them you give them a discount, or just so they can see that your work is still up to par, and that was just a misprint, not a misprint, but y'all just didn't gel together, you and that client. Because like I said, every client's not going to be your client, and everything that happens in business with a client is not going to go according like you want it to on their end and on our end. So that's how we'll combat that. Anybody else? Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, y'all give them a hand clap. Isn't that awesome? Awesome. Well, I'm very thankful for entrepreneur, business coach Lacanne Herndon.